What is up, DFS players? We have a ton of player props open already on PrizePicks. We crushed it yesterday. And today we are going through NBA player props, MLB player props, NHL player props for today, looking for value on PrizePicks. So again, why PrizePicks is such a fascinating platform is they will not vary your payout depending on if you select the over or the under. So this player prop pick in the MLB from OddsJam, it's mathematically profitable. We can see, most of the sports books have the over for Pivetta heavily juiced, right? The sharpest sports book in the world has it juiced all the way up to minus 185. Whereas, let's go to PrizePicks. So if we go to MLB and we, for example, let's say we take Pivetta over 5.5 strikeouts. And then the second person I wanted to look at was in the Braves game, Max Fried over 5.5 strikeouts, right? So let's go to Fried, right? If I take both overs, 20 to win 60, my payout's not changing, plus 200 odds. If I switch these both to unders, payout doesn't change, plus 200 odds, right? PrizePicks, it doesn't matter if you select the over or the under, your payout's not changing. Whereas on DraftKings, if we took, both overs, we'd only be getting plus 160, right? Whereas if we took both unders, what you can see right here is we would be getting plus 395. So plus 160 versus plus 395, right? You can see the odds right here, plus 160. Let's go back, plus 195, right? So DraftKings and all of the sports books will heavily vary a payout depending on if you're selecting the over or the under. And this is because sports books imply how likely they think a bet is, to win through their odds, right? So Pinnacle Sportsbook is the sharpest bookmaker, and they're pricing the over 5.5 at minus 185, right? So they think this is much more likely to hit than the under. And because PrizePicks doesn't change your payout, depending on if you select the over or the under, you can use the OddsJam positive EV tool to find value on PrizePicks, right? As you can see right here, right? This will compare the lines on PrizePicks to real-time betting odds from the sharpest bookmaker out there, Pinnacle, right here, to show you where the value is. So the two picks that are really good are both of these pitchers over 5.5 strikeouts. Now, there's also an NHL player prop, which I've already, hit, but I'll hit it again because why not? Ross Colton over 1.5 shots on goal, right? Minus 137 implied price on PrizePicks. So that's going to be my NHL prop for this cross-sport, player prop entry on PrizePicks. And then the final one I have, which I also really like, is Klay Thompson over 3 rebounds. Okay, we're going with Klay over 3.5 rebounds. So this one's pretty interesting, okay? But how PrizePicks works is if I push on Klay, essentially my 4-pick entry, which is plus 900 odds, will switch to a 3-pick entry that's plus 400 odds. So essentially, it's pretty similar to a sports book. Now, this is different than hopefully, yay, looks like this first pick won. $500. Let's go. This pick lost. Not happy about that. Anyways, bunch of props open. But on the contrary, if you place 2 player props in an entry on PrizePicks and one leg pushes, then you only get 1.5 times your stake back, which is minus 200 odds. So placing, 2-pick entries is not particularly great if you are playing entries that, don't have a 0.5, over 3, whatever. But regardless, for a 4-pick entry, since our PrizePicks entry will just change to being a 3-leg entry, it's not as big of a deal. So the final play we wanted, which again, just finding value on OddsJam, was able to find this incredible play. All the sportsbooks have Klay over 3.5 rebounds juiced, towards the over, and we can get over 3 on PrizePicks at minus 137. So that's pretty incredible, right? The difference between 3 and 3.5 for a player whose distribution in terms of rebounds is centered around 3.5 rebounds is literally massive, right? The jump is massive. Like you can see right here, the jump from Klay over 2.5 rebounds on FanDuel to over 3.5 rebounds is minus 310 to minus 130, right? So if you kind of take the midpoint of this, right, the midpoint of this, you can see that over 3 should be something like minus 225, right? That's what the odds would be on the sports books. So big difference. So anyways, let's hit that player prop. So we want Clay over 3 rebounds. Boom. So we have 4 overs. We got 2 MLB props. We're rolling with the overs, and we have Clay. So I want 4 out of 4 picks. I'm getting, you always want to go with power play. This is optimal. So let's see how much they let me bet. Are they going to let me put 500 on it? Maximum entries for NBA are 150 right now. Okay, so this is 150 to win $1,500, but out of this to win column, $150 is your stake. So this is just plus 900 odds. So we'll go ahead, we'll lock it in. Boom. 4 picks selected. Let's go. Pretty sick, pretty great picks. And again, if you hit this info button, you can see if one leg pushes and you get 3 out of 3 correct, then you would be getting plus 400 odds, right? It just changes exactly to what a 3-pick entry is on PrizePicks. So one final thing that I think was pretty interesting. So let's go to player points. I may have one more that I want to bet. So if we head over to player points, I think I was looking at Draymond earlier. So let's go to Draymond. PrizePicks is setting the line at over 7, right? FanDuel in their alternate market has minus 198 to minus 116. So if you kind of take the midpoint of, whatever this is, this would be roughly minus 160 on FanDuel. So this is another prop that I like. I like Draymond to bounce back. He had a rough last game. So I do think I do like Draymond over 7 points. So here we want to go here, and then we want Pivetta, boom, and then we want Freed, boom, over, and then we want NHL Colton. Where's my boy Colton? Shots on goal. All mathematically profitable, found on OddsJam, comparing PrizePicks to the sports books and looking for these massive line discrepancies, right? So you can use any of the tools. I find a lot of mine on the middle tool on OddsJam, some on the low holds tool, some on the positive EV tool, mainly on the positive EV tool, which is, the main feature on OddsJam. So, here's another player prop that's really freaking good for tomorrow. So let's go ahead, let's lock it in, and now we have another entry. Boom. Draymond, Pivetta, Freed, Colton. Over. So 2 player prop picks. Let me know if you like them. Let me know if you tail. Let us know if you have questions about PrizePicks. You can book a call with us. Really whatever's most helpful to you. And let's make some freaking money.